What's up, people? How are we doing today? Um, I'm back again. A lot of things going on. Got a business going, so I'm hiring people right now. So everything is moving kind of fast. But I just wanted to touch bases on um, this. I would say immigrant issue. This illegal immigrant issue, but it's a bigger message that I'm trying to kick, and that is we as black people have to stop voting for people just because they black. Cause all these black politicians don't none of them work for us. Don't none of them do nothing for us. Don't none of them push nothing for us. They're actually here just to be, let's say, a tool for those who want to disfranchise us and make sure that we stay at the bottom of the totem pole. You see? Because what they're doing with this illegal immigrant thing is just disgusting. They're allowing these people come over. First of all, they're breaking the law getting over here. Second of all, they're giving them everything. I'm talking about money, health care, business loans. Yeah, you think that's not coming? That's gonna be coming down the loan where they're gonna be opening up stores and businesses right in your black neighborhoods in zones where the city said you couldn't open your business up. When a black person was trying to open up a lot of these places and a lot of these things, we've already been there and done that. A lot of these places, they've done told black people because of this zoning issue, because of these immigrants are not going to have none of those issues when they're ready to open up their businesses. You see, and what's going on in Chicago is just an example. I'm going to show you an example of how black people are fed up with this, and more people need to get on code like how these folks are in Chicago. And we're going to show you two sides, because I'm going to show you what Malcolm X was talking about before he died. So just watch this video. This is a resident of Chicago, and he's talking to the aldermen and Mayor Brandon. Mayor Brandon is a black mayor, right? Just like here in the city I am, we have a black mayor, but you never really see no changes in the black neighborhood. There's never really no resources for the black businesses. I own my own businesses. You think I can go find the resources that these illegal immigrants that come across the board and find immediately? I have to pay for my own health insurance. They're not going to help me. If I don't have the money to pay for my health insurance, there's no place that I can go and get the taxpayer dollars that I put into the system to help me out. But these folks can come across, and you think this is like some type of a game. This is something that is being orchestrated. Do you understand? Because I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be the same illegal immigrants as they took our tax dollars to get one up on us. They're going to turn around and say, hey, we came over here and we didn't have nothing. We pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps. What are you black Americans? That's what they're going to be telling you in a few years from now. That's what their kids are going to be telling our kids. Like, what are you doing? We came over here with nothing. And no, you were given everything you got when you got over here. You given things that the black people, the descendants of the black people, the black slaves, never got. We never got that type of help. Do you understand? So just listening to this resident, and let's recap. We're going to go through this for a minute.
I'm not going to address nobody in the room no more. I'm going to just address you whenever this is city council. Because I
We're talking to
gave
Mayor
you
Brandon.
a hard drive of what me and my family has experienced as far as the discrimination against me and my child and my wife. You know, that comes from places like the Safer Foundation. That come from All Chicago. That come from Bring Chicago Home. You see, that come from these ministers that y'all have. You know, if you go look on Prince Chicago home site, you see all them reverends and things like that. They got all these nice churches in these neighborhoods. Nice mega churches. And our people homes. And I want to...
You heard what he said. We got all these nice churches, got all these preachers and pastors, all these mega churches, but our people are homeless. You now got churches in Chicago talking about they're about to put up illegal migrants and help them with shelter. Black churches. While he just said, while our people are homeless. Just think about that for a second. Continue.
I don't even want to say our people home, because some people, we got to be honest, they do let their stuff go. They do live up in trash, etc. And willingly of their own will. But what about the face? Right, what about 79th Street? You see what I'm saying? What about the face? What about 71st Street? What about all these different streets with these abandoned buildings? With these empty lots? And then the churches come up and try to buy these lots. That's why I say to the people, come up out of her. Come up out of Rome. That's why I say that, come up out of there. The snake is no good. It don't matter who they put at the head. He ain't running nothing. We got to be honest about this situation. But I'm still going to talk to you. I'm still going to call you.
You heard what he told Mayor Brandon. He said he ain't running nothing? Apparently not.
Yeah. I'm still going to say the names. And then I'm coming down here fighting about me and my family housing and being discriminated and retaliated against, and I get attacked by Greg Mitchell. But, you know, and I still been trying to come here to be humble and things like that, and give the honors and respect and things like that, but y'all ain't trying to hear that. So now I'm going to press these charges and I'm going to do this lawsuit. I'm not going to play with y'all, I told y'all. And I got proof, I got evidence, I got the video of me having to use a hard drive, etc. You know what I'm saying? So I'm Michael Youngbank to the media.
Thank you very much for your comments. However, your time has expired. Our next speaker is Kirby Kalin.
Keep listening, folks.
Hello, and thank you for taking my public comment. My name is Kirby Callen, and I am an organizer in the 32nd Ward, where I focus on expanding public access to mental health care, housing, and public safety. I'd like to start my comment by addressing the Godzilla in the room, and by that, I of course mean affordable housing. The Finance Committee endorsed the proposal for $1.25 billion for affordable housing over the next 5 years. So much of life as a Chicagoan these days is defined by the transient nature of constantly moving every year or two because you can no longer live in the community you want to place roots. And so we need to build affordable housing. Let's borrow money, let's cut some tape and build more affordable housing units across this city with speed and safety. I also want to address the substitute order to change the future of ShotSpotter to a ward-by-ward basis. We cannot...
Just listen to him very closely. You see, these white liberals, what Malcolm X warned us about before he died, he said they even worse than the right, than the right conservatives. These white liberals will wrap all this stuff up like it's all good, especially when it comes to black people. And the last thing they're gonna do as they wrap all this stuff up and they use our struggle to do it, the things that really been happening to us, they use that to get things for everybody else except for us. You understand?
Do this. We need to cancel the ShotSpotter contract and discontinue its use citywide. An aldermanic discretion of ShotSpotter would lead to a patchwork across the city of profiling, oppression, and aggression. If we are truly to believe that policing can fight crime, we don't need to be expending their resources on something that leads to 85% of the time to incidents where there is no evidence of a gun crime, 90% of the time with no evidence of a crime at all. ShotSpotter wastes our resources and puts those that are most vulnerable at risk of being profiled and damaged by our police. And I also want to spend time speaking on the migrant funding. This is a crisis across our city, but it is not because of the immigrants, it is because of our lack of allocation of resources. This migrant crisis is a resource crisis, and we need vast resources to protect our new community members. 70 million.
Let me ask you a question. As the black community across Chicago and across this country has been deprived of all type of resources, have you ever seen the white liberal, a guy like him, get up and advocate for us, the resources that we need? But he's advocating this for illegal people that just he's advocating them to get things that we've never gotten, the attention that we've never gotten as tax-paying American citizens. Just think about that.
Hey, you can fight it as much as you want, but it's true. These are our neighbors. These are now a part of our community.
You heard what he said. You can fight as much as you want, but they here. This Negro mayor right here, he not about to stop nothing for y'all. What are you talking about? He is helping our game plan. What are you talking about? We're going to make sure we get the resources. We're going to use your struggle to get the resources and then give the resources to everybody else except for you.
These immigrants are a basis for our future as a city. Ever since the beginning to now, immigrants are the lifeblood of this city, and we need to support them. Not just in the 70 millimeter, but to address the future of this city. We need investments in affordable housing, public access to mental health care, so that these people are protected. And
we needed that before the immigrants got here, didn't we? I don't remember you and nobody of your ilk and your type jumping up saying, hey, the black community of all these years, they need that money. We need to push for that money for their neighborhoods. Have you ever seen that? I'm sure you haven't.
That they can live in Chicago in a community that is vibrant, depending not only them, but the connections within the community. 70 millimeter is
right here. This is
$70 million is a great way to start, but it's not enough. It's possible for us to not spend enough on migrant funding. It is not possible for us to spend it's not possible for us to spend too much. We're spending too little. Let's expand the money for migrants.
Wow.
They need our support. They're not going anywhere.
Wow. He said, let's spend all the money on migrants. They need our support. Forget your problems. Who cares? They're here. You can't do nothing about it. That's pretty much what you just told them.
We are a welcoming city. We're going to stay that way. So let's make sure they are protected.
The white liberal and these black coon Negroes like Brandon Johnson are some of the black people's biggest enemies. You understand?
Thank you. That's my public comments. Whoa. Thank you.
Yeah, get your ass.
Thank you very much for your comments. Our next speaker is Richard Poiso.
Before our next speaker, just a second, sir. Before our next speaker, I would respectfully ask yet again that those that are participating in democracy allow our speakers to finish their presentation. If you cannot adhere to that expectation, I'm going to ask that our Sergeant at Arms remove you. Give our speakers the respect that they deserve. Their 3 minutes. You may commence, sir.
Good afternoon, Mayor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody here. My name is Richard. Last name is Paso. I'm a store manager at an automotive facility here in Chicago. I'm a native to Chicago. It's near and dear to my heart. The city doesn't feel the same anymore. There's a lot of stuff going on right now that's really hard to process. There's a lot of people here that have watched me on social media. I'm a social media influencer, and I've heard the word getting back to me. Some of the people that work for you have gotten stuff back to me. I'm going to say what I have to say regardless. You can come after me if you want. You can try to slander me if you want. Some of the aldermen can talk behind my back if you want. But there's 31 out of 50 aldermen, December 14th, that turned their back on the public that said, I will not take their vote on this city continuing to be a sanctuary city. You turned it.
Okay, so this guy he must be more on the conservative side. You see how see they have a problem because especially in Chicago, they're angering a whole bunch of people with this stuff. Because you can't bring in this many people and think you can be able to just stuff them in one area. They're going to be everywhere. So they're going to affect everyone at some point. And you heard what he said. These people, they were supposed to allow a vote for the people to vote on whether they want sanctuary cities or not, which allows these immigrants in and to come in and get all your resources and stuff. That's what sanctuary city apparently means, right? So Brandon Johnson blocked it, so the people couldn't even vote on it. And these people talking about democracy, it's always these Democrats, right? They say we got to save democracy from the big bad Donald Trump. They won't even let you practice democracy in their own cities. They will stop the people from voting on a major issue that plagues their city and talk about we're fighting for democracy. It's unbelievable.
To yourself to speak for us. You turned it to yourself to speak for the public. We pay you, you work for us. We put you there. How can you stand there and say anything about we don't want to take their vote? We're going to speak on their behalf, and this is how it's going to be. It shouldn't work that way. Any politician that feels like they deserve that type of control over people, they don't deserve to be politicians. They don't deserve to be in the spot that they're in. Second of all, I'm a veteran. I served 15 months in a war zone for this country where I got hurt. Yes, the VA does take care of me. But every year I'm hearing, let's take away, let's take away, let's take away, let's give back, let's take away, let's give back. But we have immigrants that serve with us, that put their life on the line, that are still fighting for citizenship, that are in the military, that deserve all the respect in the world, and they don't get it.
And I have to stop here because people they you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let you forget about black. He said the immigrants, and yes, the immigrants, yes, fine with the immigrants that have been here and may have served in the military. But there's too many black veterans that's living on the streets right now, right in Chicago, that can't get half of the stuff that the immigrants is getting right now. Okay.
They come back. They're still fighting for citizenship. Some of them don't get it. They get deported. These are people.
Right. You remember, first of all, black people have fought in every war that the United States, the country that we built, has been in, right? Do you know what happened to us when soldiers came back from World War I and World War II? They hung them in their uniforms. They hung them. They were hung. Right.
That put their life on the line for this country, for all of you to have the freedom and the jobs that you have, and they don't get the respect to have somebody care for them and help them through the process. But all of
I say that just for you to compare on why I hear what you're saying, bro. I understand what you're saying, but you got to understand from a black man's point of view, it's like, I don't really want to hear that. Let's get to the next point. I don't really want to hear about what the immigrants are supposed to get, whether you've been here or not, until black people, the people who've been here, the people who built this thing, it wasn't no here until we built it. I don't want to hear nothing till you tell us what we supposed to get. All right? Continue.
you guys out here will vote for people that are complete aliens to this country, that have nothing. Trinidad, Venezuela, anything coming from the Honduras, all these people are coming here. They've cleared out these prisons years ago. And they're sending all these people here. They don't want them there. They don't serve them a purpose. They're showing up here in New York, in Chicago, attacking people in the streets. The police are fighting with them in the shelters that you guys are funding. You guys think it's a great idea, but yet your police officers are getting attacked.
No, he's not funding nothing, sir. You are funding it. Are you? He said he was from Chicago, right? Yeah, y'all funded it. Them stupid son of a bitches that's taking care of the money and spreading it off to whoever except to help anything that you guys got anything going on. They're not funding anything. You're paying them, and you're paying for all the services that they're funding right now that you're against with your tax dollars. They're forcing you to fund. It's just unbelievable. You can't make this stuff up.
Your public's getting it.
I think we're the only country that does this. You're not going to be able to go to no other country as an illegal immigrant, break the law, and think they about to take care of you. Tell me what other country that you can go and do that at. It's unbelievable.
Attack. You're putting our lives at risk by doing what you're doing, and none of you care about it because the mighty dollar sits on top. And as long as somebody's in your pocket that you're working with, you're okay with doing it.
All right.
Lord, I want to thank you for this moment that you gave us. Lord, I want you to continue to bless our city. Lord, bless the people that surround us, Lord. Give them what they need, Lord. Calm their spirit, Lord. You've been ever so gracious. Lord, I want to thank you for what you're doing, for what you've done, and the thing that's going to be down and restored over our life, and this city will be greater with our help and assistance. I thank you in Jesus' name, amen. Because I do not let anyone steer me wrong.
Let's see what he got to say.
Some job for the city. You know, my goal is to get hired. I believe in your mission. I believe in I'm here to let you know that I'm a struggling young man. I've always, at your tenure, wanted to work for your administration. You know, my goal is to get hired. I believe in your mission. I believe in the hope of the city.
His goal is to get hired.
I see where your administration is going. I want to be a part of the process, even if I do not work for your administration.
So you don't really care about what the community is going through. You just trying to get a job, Negro. That's what this nigga was trying to get, a job. We sitting here talking about getting real resources and about the resources going to other people. He come up here and talk about, oh, Brandon Johnson, I love everything that you did because I'm just trying to get me a job and a few butter biscuits. Man, if you don't get your ass out of here, man. Hey, see, this is why we got to check people at the door from now on. We can't have these black people that claim they represent us. We got to check their ass. We got to be like, man, who mans is this? Who dude is this? Like, what is he talking about? Brandon Johnson ain't did a damn thing for the black people in the community. And he ain't trying to do it. He ain't trying to get no money from him. He ain't trying to do nothing. He trying to get $70 million for the illegal immigrants, the illegal migrants. That's what he trying to do. He ain't trying to get no resources for the black community. And we got this nigga stepping up like, I love the way you've been doing things, and I just want to get me a job if you wants to gives me ones. Oh my God, I can't. Boy, all right, continue.
For some job for the city. And one of the reasons that I thank the Lord that I'm here, because a lot of people don't think that I'll be hired. They think that I won't be helped by you. They think that things can't happen, you know, to good people.
Hey, don't trust no Negro that just coming looking for a job. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't trust no Negro that just coming to look for a job. You just coming to look for a job in his administration? And when I say that, I'm not saying that in the context and, of course, in a regular life looking for jobs. I'm saying that in the context of we're at a board meeting about $70 million of resources that's coming out of all these people's pockets and tax dollars. And none of that stuff is going back into the community. And this nigga talking about, he come up here talking about he thankful for everything Brandon Johnson is doing. They wouldn't be here getting on his behind if Brandon Johnson was doing the right thing. This wouldn't be needed. We got to check these dudes at the door, I'm telling you.
I believe in you. I believe. And my goal is hopefully to work for your administration, work for the city, and hopefully to even soften the blow.
What is he talking
because
about?
I see so much here. I almost want to pray for this environment because I do not let anyone steer me wrong just like you do. You know, no matter what the bickering and the hollering, because I adore and I appreciate this whole administration, this whole body here, even
What?
the people even that's behind me.
Wow.
Okay, kiss it. And just like this.
As you see, like, how could you, as they do nothing for us, you adore them? I don't get it. But all right.
I want to be an asset to the city and to your administration, or to some part while I'm working inside the administration. I just want to thank you, and I just want to say
He
this
want
very
a
quickly.
job.
Lord, I want to thank you for this moment.
He
that you
came
gave
up
me. Lord, I
here
want you
to advocate for a
continue to
job.
bless
What
our
type
city.
of
Lord, bless the
thirsty,
people that's around
thirst
us,
trap
Lord.
dude
Give
is
them what
this?
they need, Lord.
He
Calm their
came up,
spirit, Lord.
man, I don't even
In the
want to
name
hear
of
this
Jesus, Lord, I want to
fake
thank you
ass.
for what you're doing,
God,
what you've
please
done, and
forgive me,
everything
but
that's
I don't
going
think
to
he
be
praying in
down
good
and
faith.
restored over our life, and
He
the
came up
city
here
will
looking
be
for a
greater
job.
with
Dude, is you
our
kidding
help
me?
and assistance.
Man,
I
get
thank
out of
you in
here,
Jesus'
man.
name, amen. Love you, Mayor. And,
Yeah, man, get out of here,
Cannabis.
man, with that
It's not
nonsense,
just legal in
dude.
38
You
states.
kidding me?
It's a $36
Oh,
billion
oh, oh,
global
oh.
industry.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Dillard.
You done made
The
it go
next
to
speaker is
commercial,
Miss
man. Get out
Jessica
of here, man.
Jackson.
Hey, listen to this. I'm gonna let y'all listen to this young lady, what she had to say.
So, Christmas is coming early this year. We're going to check that list when it go up on that wall for voting, and we're going to check it twice.
Black
We're going
people,
to find out
I
who's
want
been
y'all
out
to
here
listen to
night
this sister.
based on how y'all vote. And we're going to start it off with Maria Hatton. Yeah.
Chicago and some communities so angry? Why is all this kind of anti-immigrant sentiment coming up? And I want to explain to folks, it's because if we cared as much about black people and had over the decades as we do about everyone else, we wouldn't be here. But the money from a 2020.
Yes. You see, they know exactly what it is. They know exactly what has been done. They know exactly what they've been doing. They know the neglect that they've been neglecting our communities. They know exactly what it is.
Right. That would be Maria Hatton. Stepping out there, I see you. Don't get sarcastic because we can get jiggy, right? You sit up here for that first 51 million talking about how you feel about black people and how you have to have the same energy for black people, and you ain't never stood on this floor talking about money for black people. You get on this floor and talk about black and brown.
You heard that, right? You ain't never got on this floor talk about nothing for black people. And I want you, even in your own city, especially if you're black and you live in these democratic cities, they're probably run by black mayors and stuff. Just look at what they have done for the black community. They're gonna have all type of other stuff and programs talk about minorities and brown and this and brown and that. When it all ends up, it all comes down to it. Everybody else is gonna be able to take advantage of it except for black people. You understand?
But she's somewhere in the middle with it, right? But I'll tell you this, and I'm telling every other black alderman in here today. You vote for the money for these immigrants today, and we coming for them seats. You can believe that.
That's the attitude we need to have all across this country. We ain't playing with y'all. We shouldn't be playing with them no more. If you come in there playing, we getting you out immediately.
Stop pimping the black people's plight to get brown people, as y'all call it, money. You're gonna give us our...
You remember what I said? They use our struggle to give everybody else resources except for us. That's what be going on. And they use the black politicians to do it. The black politician does it just to get resources for him and his family. He sells the rest of us out like it ain't nothing.
Press conference up there on the 3rd floor. He talking to the mayor's boy with the clink clink from his past. That's why he got to do what the mayor say do. Him and a lot of other ones in here with these shady pasts. That's why you got to vote the way that you vote. But all of us ain't got shady passes. Some of us free out here, and we can vote how we want to vote, and we coming for those seats. Now, to align yourself with somebody who's obviously a one-term mayor, if he even makes it that far, you better be worried about your job. You better be worried about your longevity.
They told him, do you know that this dude hasn't even been the mayor for more than a year, and the people are already telling them you're going to be a one-term mayor? You haven't even been in there a year yet. That's how bad he is.
Because we're going to vote, and we're going to get you out, because you ain't doing right by us. That's what time it is. And for your law person that's next to you, I'm going to need you to check out that federal charge that I got against those public administrators over there for messing with black people's property. It's federal case number 23CB14590. All right? On that note, if y'all don't give us our money for the black community, know this. We getting ready to file a federal injunction against City Hall for benign neglect to the south side and west side. You got that? Boom.
Maybe it's time to start for our black collegiates, legal collegiates, to start putting together that paperwork for filing lawsuits against the neglect in the tax dollars that they're giving to everybody else except to our communities. Maybe it's about time for that.
Thank you for your comments, Ms. Jackson. The next speaker is Ms. Sarah Thomas Lena.
Hello, my name is Sarah Tomas Lemna, and I'm a community organizer with Asian Americans Advancing Justice Chicago, and I live in the 5th Ward. I'm calling on City Council to approve $70 million in funding to support new arrivals until the end of the year.
Of course, because she's some type of immigrant, right? Now, I'm going to tell you, as she come in here and talk about, I tell her to give $70 million, and da-da-da-da. She is the kids of these other immigrants who got help. They got the ones that's now got businesses on the corner of your street right now. Yeah, she's the children of them now. She will be the one telling you that we pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps. As she sit here and ask for $70 million of your taxpayer dollars that you can't get a piece of at all. It just coming out your pockets. You don't. There's no benefit for you at all.
What does a day as a griff look like?
I'm gonna leave off of this, but I want you to hear my man. They call him the People's Alderman in Chicago. The People's Alderman in Chicago.
The problem is racism. I guess you can hear me. The problem is racism. This is worse than Communist China. All these people are sitting here, they're a member of one party, the Democratic machine. These black ones do not have our interests. They work for the master. These big-headed white men run this system. Man, you can't barely run it. And I was looking around and said, well, how many white women do they have here? You know, during suffrage, the white woman didn't like that because she couldn't vote
and she was like a subject to a big-headed white man. So looking here, I don't see many white women here. One or two. So the problem here in Chicago is racism, nepotism, corruption, a one-party system. These big-headed white men run this. This big-headed man doesn't run this. These black officers, they don't have no power. Who slaves them? Corporate America. Who runs corporate America? These big-headed white men. Now you can be in denial. Now look at you over there, Pastor, right here. Look at that while I'm talking. Young lady, sit down. Sit down. Tell her to sit down.
The people's ultimate don't play. He told them why he talking, sit your ass down.
Tell her to sit down. So, wait a minute. You don't like this? I'm going to tell you. I'm educating you. I'm informing you. I'm enlightening you. These big-headed white people that enslaved us brought us here. Now they're giving money to another people. Are they nappy, hair, big nose, thick lip, and a black booty hole like mine? No. No, they're not. And they're giving millions and millions of dollars to them. Can't you see how arrogant she is? When I told her to be seated, she's going to stand up and go, you work for us.
Mr. Blakemore, please stay in the microphone so we can hear you, sir. Thank you.
Something is mighty wrong here.
You work for us.
We're still on the white man's plantation. And I urge black people to be selfish. A selfish people. Self-preservation is the first law of nature.
There it is. It's time to stop talking about black people because all these other groups, they fend for themselves. They don't include us. They can't, most of them do it. Everything, a lot of these other groups that came in here, they got it off of our backs. They had no problem stepping on us or stepping over us to keep it moving. So now it's time for us to be selfish. There is no black and brown coalition and all that. It's just black. You understand? That's how it is.
Focus on you. They're giving millions. They're showing you better than they can tell you. They're showing you by giving. They're not giving no money.
When other groups can show that they can be some type of ally, then that's when you pay attention and you see if they can be some type of ally. But as of now, there's nobody an ally to black people. Seems like we get shitted on by everybody, right?
These big-headed white men. We're still on the plantation.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Blakemore. Your time has expired.
So that is just a little picture, and like I said, it's a bigger picture for black people to stop voting for these black faces just because they black. And they talk all that good stuff because they going to get in here like Brandon Johnson, give all your resources to somebody else while giving you the middle finger. While all the issues that you wanted him to change are still going on in your neighborhood as he is in front of your face getting millions and millions of dollars to give to somebody else, to help somebody else out. While all the issues in your neighborhood still goes on. Right in front of your face. All right, folks. I'll see y'all. That'll be it for this afternoon. Hit the like button if you heard something you didn't know. I'm bringing some more information about this. This is just despicable what we're seeing here. Apparently, they got a lot of money to give out to people. You know, all the issues we got going on, there's always, where's the money going to come from? The money can come from somewhere. You got it somewhere. Apparently, you have it somewhere. So the black community is saying, it's time to break bread with us. And I'm going to leave it there. Hit the like button, share it,